Hello, this is Benjamin Kepner, the LinkedIn Learning Community host, and I am excited today to teach you about LinkedIn viral posts. So let's go ahead and let's jump into it. How to create viral posts on LinkedIn. Your host, that's me, Benjamin Kepner, CEO of Global Social Media Marketing, 34 digital marketing certifications. I'm also a part of the LinkedIn Advisors Group, helping to guide the actual company of LinkedIn with suggestions on how to make the platform better. I'm also a LinkedIn Pro Finder. You can find me at a number of freelance SEO keywords if you're looking for services like social media marketing and blogging. I was awarded one of the top LinkedIn Pro Finders of 2016, so you should be able to find me. And that would be related again to anything digital marketing or social media marketing. So to start, I felt it was a good idea to start with some viral videos. There was a number of videos that went viral in 2020, as I kind of alluded. So I'm going to play a couple of these, and it's also good to keep in mind. You might recognize that I'm showing some examples here of TikTok and YouTube. Now that is relevant for today's presentation because I want to show the majority of this presentation on LinkedIn, but I think it's good to look at what other platforms and what those types of videos went and why did they go viral. So things like dance challenge. Right? Dance challenges invite people to the conversation. They are asking for that kind of engagement. Another thing that went viral was some good news with one of your favorites from The Office.
Good evening, everybody, even though it is very clearly the afternoon, and welcome to SGN. John, what is SGN? That's a good question. For years now, I've been wondering, why is there not a news show dedicated entirely to good news? Well, desperately seeking my fix somewhere else, I reached out to all of you this week, asking, nay, begging, for some good news.
So this was another great idea, right? He's in his home, he's filming it, he's dressed up nicely, and he's kind of hitting on that relevancy in 2020 on how to be positive. Here's a final last video on something that went actually viral on LinkedIn. So let's go ahead and open this up. You can see his message, right? Imagine if you look at all those stupid generic cold DMs and emails. We know we're all getting a bunch of those every day, right? You can even see my inbox. And approach people with those same annoying pitches in real life. Yes, I did the unthinkable. I just take all those cold, annoying DMs and test orders at a local mall, just say it was a bloodbath. Key lessons is talk out your cold emails, DMs out loud before you send them. If you sound ridiculous, you're probably going to get rejected. We've been saying this for a long time now, but generic spray and pay doesn't work if evidence from this video doesn't prove that. And I know that well. And ask your CMO or your VP of marketing to show examples of sales pitch they get. So here's a really good video.
No, sir, I'm not happy. And you know why? Because there's an epidemic happening on LinkedIn. That's right. The cold emails that make no sense, the annoying follow-ups, the ridiculous cold spam, whatever you want to call it, yada, yada, yada. It's a problem. And at Nextiva, we decided to do a social experiment to raise awareness about how bad it's getting. I asked our CMO to send me 8 of the most ridiculous examples of cold email that he's gotten this past week. And as crazy as this sounds, I went to the mall, went up to random people all day long and started pitching them in person, LinkedIn Live. And the reason we did this is because we want salespeople to awaken and realize that this has got to stop. And it starts with you. Be the change you want to see within the world. Let's go see how it went. Let's go. Hi, how are you?
Good.
You know, I'm really intrigued. I think there may be some synergy here. I was wondering if I can get 15 minutes on your calendar next week to discuss your 2019 business goals.
My 2019 business course?
Yeah, your business goals.
Oh, my business goal?
Yeah, for 2019.
Oh, I'm at work right now.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha. Maybe I'll follow up with you.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, do you have like a card or something? You have 15 minutes on your calendar next week to discuss your 2019 business goals?
My business goals are all pre-established.
Oh, no 15-minute slots available.
No.
Not one.
No.
Yeah. All right.
Totally uninterested.
Excuse me? Hey, I know we don't know each other, but I was hoping to change that.
Oh gosh.
So you don't even have 15 minutes on your calendar for next week?
Probably, but I'm mostly here at work, and then I usually have to do other stuff too.
Right. Hey man, how's it going? You know, we're approaching the end of Q4, and I would love to help you close off Q4 really strong. So I was wondering if you had 15 minutes on your calendar next week, so I can maybe talk with your 2019 business strategy through with you.
Nope. Thanks,
I can't follow up. I can't get 15 minutes on your calendar. Oh no, it's just a free demo. I was just going to show you a demo.
My wife takes all my money. And honestly, good.
Yeah, what should I do? What should I do?
So this is really good. I'm not going to play all of this, but you can really see, like, seeing some of those LinkedIn messages. We saw a ton of those kind of explode in 2020. I know I did. I was getting some of those synergy, or we know somebody in the same network, right? So that guy really hit on that home of kind of what everybody was doing and how to turn it into a funny and humorous way to engage people. Okay, so what do we consider viral? Really, it's just that something that outlives the normal life of a post, right? With social media so rapid, especially on LinkedIn too, right? We're looking for about more than 2 days, hopefully 100,000 views as a video. And here's an example of maybe like a post engagement, right? We're getting thousands and hundreds of comments, right? This is very good. I've never had 606 comments. So if you're getting that many, right, then you're doing a great job. Benefits of going viral. You can generate leads, revenue, sales, and jobs. There's an example here of Jasmine Pak. She's a video producer at BuzzFeed, and she was talking about how she was rejected from her dream company, and that despite these rejections, she still was motivated to work harder and was just like looking the job hunting process and looking for some help. So, it's great. She's actually don't let the negativity go over the green. Always remember your passions, root from, smile, encourage. After all, you are your biggest supporter. And it has a question too. What more does it take to land these jobs, even after pulling out every trick in the resume and interview and networking handbooks? So it's kind of like, she's kind of like being vulnerable there. And I mean, look at that engagement again. Like it was just really something on LinkedIn. Sometimes on LinkedIn, we might not show negative stuff, but if we can frame it in the right way, that's kind of like a resiliency or comeback, right? That'll be great. And we can see that 59% of B2B marketers say LinkedIn generates leads for their business. So if you're able to make an engaging post like this, right, that's going to open up some conversations for some potential leads. So also keep in mind that going viral, it's for anyone. There's plenty of examples of all of these people that maybe nobody even knew who they were until this year, and they went viral. So there's no hard and fast rule here. But really, it's up for you to figure out the ways that you can boost your chances. And I'm going to show you another example here of a video of people that are working in sales and maybe why this video went viral. So this is for all of my salespeople out there. So take this video example as a video that allows your content to stand out, but it's got something that's super relatable. The subtitles are adding in case somebody, for whatever reason, is not going to play the audio, and it's attractive, right? So we're going to open up this video.
Hey man, you got any calls I can shadow later? Or hey man, if you got any saucy templates or fire call scripts, could you send those my way? Can I pick your brain when you get a minute? Word. Dude, this product is such a no-brainer. Like, how is everyone not buying it? What's corporate bro? Dude, I heard my territory is oh, he's hot. Dude, I know our base is 36K, but the hiring manager told me with my potential, I'll be making 6 figs easy, bruh. I mean, I turned down 4 other offers for this gig, so. The way I see it, just close a couple big deals, I'll be at quota in no time. Yo, anyone trying to role play? Ring, ring. They call me Whale Hunter. You know? Is it cool to jewel indoors? No. It's not the leaderboard. Y'all better watch your back, because I'm coming. Huh? See y'all press club. I mean, I haven't closed anything yet, but honestly, I think this job's gonna be super easy.
Right. So again, maybe not if you're trying to be as out there, right, with some of the things that he was saying, but you get the idea there. He's really connecting to what a new sales rep goes through, some of the questions that they might be asking the sales team, and this stands out, right? I mean, it was a pretty simple video. He didn't do anything crazy. He just was kind of shooting him saying one-liners, essentially, in a minute video in an office environment with other people in the office. So also we talked about kind of mentioning that other example, right? Questions. Questions, questions, questions. People have questions on LinkedIn. People ask for networking connections or topic information or business or job opportunities. So if we are able to use LinkedIn for questions, it's going to allow people to open up that opportunity as an open-ended question to explain. And this was another example kind of something maybe of like a failure and kind of overcoming that. He's talking about, he sent X amount of emails to the wrong people, sent out the wrong press. These are like, some of the big mistakes that I made from the press releases and the landing page and the wrong people. And then he's kind of asking like, what's your fail for the Friday? I mean, that's kind of just like, again, a very vulnerable, kind of open-ended, humanized type of post that went viral on LinkedIn. So make sure that you are sharing your journey or your struggles. People relate to that, right? I mean, last year was a crazy year for everyone, and we're all understanding of that. So I think it's now more than ever not to try to make people feel sorry for you, but to just relate with them, right? Give them something that's relatable. Give them a success story too, something that warms their heart. People love great stories that are positive and leave them feeling like, wow, I'm so happy that I consumed that content. So as we look at what a post is that goes viral on LinkedIn, we can look at these kind of different hooks or kind of sections that we want to focus on, right? So LinkedIn wants us to stay on the native post, meaning in the platform, right? It's going to get us initial exposure normally through your connections. But if you get engagement, it will kind of go out of that connection, right? We've got first, second, third degree connections. We've also got groups. So the more people that we can start to kind of engage, right, the more chance it has to actually be in that main news feed. Your network will expand, right? As we kind of mentioned with the engagement. Questions are great. They generate comments. So that's going to kind of help the algorithm understand, hey, there's getting a lot of engagement related to this question. That makes sense. And then specific topics over broad topics. So for example, like if I was just doing sales, right, that might be way too broad. I might want to get more specific on like software sales or real estate sales or financial advisor sales or insurance sales. So kind of just being more specific will allow your post to maybe not get lost in the sauce of millions of posts, but you'll actually have maybe 50 to 100,000 people that are posting it. And if it does well, it's going to actually rank in that feed, right? So you only need 2 sentences. You don't have to have a long post. Now you can have a long post. And I'm going to show you an example of a shorter post that I did. But here's kind of those 8 proven steps that we've seen time and time again of why viral posts go viral on LinkedIn. Now, there's not, again, a science to this. This is kind of more a conceptual thing. So most of the viral posts, they capture attention with a powerful hook or intro. So hook meaning you're explaining a problem, you're doing something unexpected, you're kind of like grabbing their attention and introducing yourself also, right? So people have context of who the character is or who you are in the company and things like that. We can also engage in LinkedIn engagement groups. So going into groups and actually putting some of these posts could also potentially go viral within the group. Researching the right topic, right? We talked about specific topics over generalized topics. What do people actually want to know? What's trending on LinkedIn? Maybe that's another great kind of, we see those LinkedIn trend news feeds all the time now on LinkedIn. Why not maybe pick from one of those topics and potentially play to that? Respond to comments. Obviously, if you can respond to comments, it's going to add more engagement. It's going to rank higher in the algorithm. The quicker you do that, the better. You can recycle posts. So if something works, don't try to just come up with a brand new idea. If you already had something that worked, make a second part 2 of it. Make a mashup of it. Make a, another version that's including other people in your LinkedIn network. Publish content at the optimal time. That should be mostly on LinkedIn, probably early morning or at night, funny enough, is what I found. Kind of during the day, people are in and out of LinkedIn, and then creating a call to action, right? So, sharing the post, commenting on the post, those types of things, right? So how can we catch people's attentions? You can catch their attentions with video. Obviously, video it's going to rank higher in LinkedIn content, like most social media networks, with LinkedIn Live being at the top of that. I want to start with a story. People connect to stories. It's a good way to connect with them emotionally. And then we've got using simple text. So don't try to, go to expert level on us in your certain profession or industry. Try to think about it if you were talking with your family at the kitchen table. I think that's the best way to go about it. It's kind of like kitchen talk versus maybe like library talk. Single sentence paragraphs are also something that we've seen. So look at this, right? You can see my post right here. This is 2 sentences, and I've got 3 relevant hashtags, right? Which also adds to maybe it getting found in search results. And I've got an open-ended question, and I've got something related to a job description. Right, so I just said very simply, I need a good web developer or freelance project-based work. And does anyone know or have any leads on when they can pass me? So I not only asked LinkedIn just as a general question to throw it out there to see, did they, was it going to get found in the newsfeed? But then all of my network then can now start tagging those people, right? So you can say, right, look at that, like, hello, George Michael, like they're already tagging their network. And so that's why this post went kind of viral for me, right? It was my most successful LinkedIn post ever. I would consider this close to viral, but not viral, right? It didn't have thousands of engagements, but look at those comments, almost 220,000 views, right? That's pretty good for very simple. There's nothing crazy about this, right? 2 sentences, a question, and 3 relevant hashtags, and they're specific, right? LinkedIn engagement pods is another example of a strategy that some people now are using on LinkedIn. I saw one of our members actually asked about that. I believe it was Chris DiCarlo, where he was talking about LinkedIn pods. I would more than encourage for people in the community to do that. If they're willing to do that, you can actually chat to each other in the Network After Work LinkedIn community portal. That's a benefit of being in our community. So, if you want to do the LinkedIn pods, it's really just the idea of people coming together and agreeing that they're going to support each other's posts, right? So you could like, or you could comment. And really the best way is to just join one that's in action. Or as you can see, this example, right, is actually people just having a message thread. So they've just called the, influencers pod message thread and then actually, sent the messages so that people can engage with those different types of posts. So definitely an interesting example, something new that I actually just learned through this year. And shout out to Chris DiCarlo for inviting the rest of the team to do that. I would be more than happy to create a pod if we can get one going and we want to add some of the people through LinkedIn messages. Now, what are LinkedIn groups? LinkedIn groups are different than pods. Groups are going to be more of those sections where you can go into a private group and see content. Usually groups are going to be themed around a certain type of profession, maybe a certain type of industry, or a certain type of topic. Right? So they're going to share content, answers, post new jobs, make business contacts, and establish themselves as industry experts. If we have a very, select group of people that are all coming together with kind of the same type of interests or similar maybe work experience. So benefits are that you can network outside of your immediate circle of present and past colleagues. I know that I'm in a number of different groups. Sometimes I see really informative articles in those groups that I might not be getting in my feed. You might also see classmates and employers. I'm connected through the University of Georgia's Alumni Association, as well as the University of Georgia's Terry College of Business LinkedIn groups, And then you're going to share content to those who will find it most valuable so that you can get more higher engagement, right? You're going to have less people, if you think about that, in groups than you would hopefully have competing in a newsfeed, right? So sometimes the engagement in there can pick up if it's a really relevant type of thing. So what can you do for topics if you're thinking about ideas to post, right? You can use BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo is a tool that allows you to identify viral posts on LinkedIn, which are ranked via social shares. So it's actually going to give you those insights, right, on like what are other people posting and what are influencers doing. Feedly is another alternative that helps you monitor social media for mentions of your business and other relative keywords. So these are good ideas to get ideas of other viral ideas and maybe get notifications of maybe what other people might be doing, right? There's no wrong or right way, but picking just any topic to write about will have poor visibility. So make sure you use the right tool, whatever that tool is, and that you're being relevant, right? Something that is going to be a topic that people are actually going to pay attention to. We could also do LinkedIn sponsored content. For today's presentation, we're just showing viral posts that have gone organic. We're not going to be showing any type of paid advertising campaigns, but once your post does get some organic traction, maybe after that 2 to 3 day mark, a great idea is being able to boost or kind of give it that advertising spend through sponsored content so it does get seen by a lot of people. You can then kind of target more by a specific audience that's going to actually resonate, hopefully, with that message, maybe more than your other followers. So here's an example of replying to some messages. I did a presentation last year, a keynote presentation on Facebook sales funnels, and you can see just the message that he left for me about my speaking engagement, and then me just quickly replying back, right? Nothing crazy here again. It's 1 or 2 sentences. This took me 5 minutes to do. And guess what? This actually helps the original post of me sharing the presentation to go viral because it's getting in the algorithm and it's getting that engagement. So LinkedIn is now going to show that to a much larger network. So make sure to reply to them as soon as possible so that it increases the odds of additional exposure. And sometimes you can't reply to all the comments, especially if it goes viral, but definitely in the beginning so that you can give it that traction. I mentioned recycling successful content, right? So if you're publishing a blog article, you might see this, for example, like use examples of things that have worked. Look at other examples of other people. I'm not telling you to go copy other people, but there's tons of different types of things happening on social media that you can kind of reuse or repurpose. So don't feel like everything has to be original content. We've briefly touched on hashtags. Here's an example of some different people that you might want to follow around hashtags, right? You can do that on LinkedIn now. You can follow hashtags and you can also add hashtags to your post. So by allowing to select the hashtags with a specific audience, right? Maybe not necessarily marketing or inspiration, but maybe something like office lice could be a little bit more specific. So, keep that in the back of your mind. Maybe being more specific is more than one word. I'm just showing you this as an example of some different hashtags that we've used over the last year. All about the timing on LinkedIn, right? I kind of alluded to, evening and morning. If you want to get even better, hey, all my salesmen out there, you need to keep in the back of your mind, people are accessing LinkedIn, but maybe they're not trying to reply to all their messages on a daily basis. Maybe some of them are going to set a dedicated time. Tuesday to Thursday is normally good. Why? Because it's kind of the middle of the business week. It's kind of Monday. I've, maybe been swamped with emails and meetings and catch up with people and shenanigans on the weekend. And maybe Friday I'm ready to hit the weekend, right? So it's good to kind of keep in mind, like if you have something that that you're going to be promoting, or it's a really proud post of yours that you're creating, try to do early morning. That way, also, if you think about it, if you put it out in the morning, it gives it all day for people to see it, right? Or you could do early evening. If they're getting off work, you might catch them. Lunchtime is another example, but in my experience, I would recommend either early evening or early morning, just because we don't know when everybody takes lunch and people are in and out of potential meetings during the day. So relevance is key. If you have not seen this man at this stage in 2021, then go do a favor and just go Google Bernie Sanders memes, and you'll say, Benjamin, wow, this guy, he is a funny guy, man. And these are his mittens. And there's really a great whole story behind this of being relevant, right? This is the presidential inauguration day. This is one of the viral posts that went viral from the New York Times. And he became a meme from this, right? He was sitting, he was practicing social distancing, he was paying attention, he was wearing his mask. Those mittens that he has in his hands are actually from a business owner woman in Vermont that had made those for him, and he wore those. Guess what, guys? That woman now has so many sales of her mittens from this because this meme went viral. She can't even handle all the orders. Also, Bernie has recreated this meme already into other clothing lines. He made a t-shirt, it's sold out in like all 3 sizes, and he donated all the money back to charity. And, I think that was just an amazing thing that he did for, even thinking about, hey, wow, I've done something that's gone viral and I'm going to use that for a better purpose. So that's even going to actually extend probably this virality of Bernie Sanders for probably the next week or two. And be on the lookout for global. We're going to have one of our own, hopefully, video memes coming out for Bernie. So you can use this. It's circulated very quickly. This is a great example of something that went viral, guys. Nothing crazy here again, right? It's relevancy, president inauguration. It's winter. He's wearing mittens. He's wearing his mask and he's in a chair socially distanced. Everything about this picture screams 2021 early stages, relevancy. So what's next? We want to have a clear call to action, right? So look at Nike, right? They're doing their Air Zoom Plus. This is a great example of what they were doing to help healthcare workers, right? In the last year. I thought that was awesome, right? So what did they do? They have a really sharp image here. They have a good message of hope. They have a very simple website, right? To learn more about what they're doing in their donation. And it just came across really heartwarming and, being relevant again. And you can just see this engagement. If we click on the post, it's just incredible to see like the amount of comments that they got and like the response that they got, right? So that's just awesome to see what happens when a post can go viral like that. So another thing that we've mentioned, right, is LinkedIn Live. So I kind of mentioned really LinkedIn Live is now the king of content on LinkedIn, right? It's going to rank higher in algorithm. Number one, and a lot of people don't have LinkedIn Live. Funny enough, even myself, I'm going through that process this year of hopefully trying to get LinkedIn Live. You have to submit an application. They have to approve you. And obviously, due to recent events, they have not been as responsive to approving those, right? So they're looking for people that are going to be going live and using that feature. Hopefully, eventually, it's going to be released to the entire platform. For right now, you have to be approved, and there's an application process if you want to go look at that. We will be giving another presentation on that will link to this video when that presentation is available. So streams have increased 158% since February. That's no shocker there, right? LinkedIn Live really had just kind of started to do that. Cisco has an example of doing it in attracting new employees. And look at the average stats here, guys. 7 times more reactions, 24 times more the engagement, right? It's because it's ranking in the feed. You're getting that notification and it's going to outrank everything else. There's also not a lot of people that have it. So keep that in the back of your mind. Look into LinkedIn Live. This is going to be a huge trend that's going to keep continuing to grow and grow exponentially over the next few years. So we're at the end of today's coaching group session for the LinkedIn Learning community. If you want to connect with me as the LinkedIn host, you can definitely find me in the community. You can subscribe to our Global Social Media Marketing channel. That's the name of my company, Global Social Media Marketing. And I've got that link right here that you can click on and go to our channel. We're going to be putting up all these group coaching sessions on our video, and we will be sure to post that in the LinkedIn Learning community to share. Here's my email, our website, and funny enough, if you want to find me on LinkedIn, you can find my profile, send me a connection request. Let me know you found me in the LinkedIn Learning community. What do you want to learn this year? What can I do to provide as much value to turn this into a membership and community that is helping each other? It's full of positive vibes, and we're all getting better with LinkedIn to help one another. I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and I'll see you in the next LinkedIn Learning community group coaching with me, Benjamin Kepner. Take care, guys.